entertainment is Brad, the dad and father Greg, the SmackDaddies. The revolutionary podcast of sports entertainment is Brad, the dad and father Greg, the SmackDaddies.
Hello, friends, and welcome to your SmackDown review for The Hub. I am Brad, the dad, and riding shotgun with me is my tag team partner, Greg, Father Feltham.
Bless you, my son.
And it's time for the speed run. So, as it's become our tradition...
No. Hold on. What are you doing?
Well, I'm explaining to the folks who are new that it's our tradition that the night before PLE, we speed run through this episode.
Yeah, but we've got news first.
Okay, breaking news.
Brad, we have a tradition on this show, and we are going to, honor that tradition as we best can. WWE wrestlers Eric and Valhalla welcome birth of their second son, or their second child, I should say. Eric and Valhalla had an extra special Thanksgiving this year. On Thanksgiving Day, yesterday, they welcomed their second child into the world. Their baby boy is named Ezekiel Joseph Rowe.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
This is their first child was a boy named Raymond Cash Rowe back in 2021. So welcome, welcome to rejoining, I guess, or joining for the second time the Daddy Club. We will send a promotional T-shirt and our self-help book to you. And
also, if I can get my hands on it, my wife used to famously give out Boudreaux's butt paste as a gift. It's listen, you can make all the faces you want. It is the best thing to clear up diaper rash.
So I don't remember which one we got. But the one we got actually is a little closer to your neck of the woods, but I literally went into a feed store at the bottom of Cole Harbor and got this one that was in like this green container, this metal tin container that you get like at the, animal, like there's ducks everywhere in the store and it's kind of crazy there. But yeah, no, that's 100% what we got when my kid was young.
Yeah, butt paste is part of the diaper rash stuff, but they've had one kid. Hopefully they got their stuff. Like, you get your stuff down, and if not, well then, now there's a tag team. The War Machines can live on. We can have a new next generation tag team.
Very much so.
Okay, so now we'll continue on with the speed round. It's time for the
now you can do your speed round sound effect.
This is your SmackDown synopsis.
Well, we just go right to the synopsis. So, Greg, we're going to review the show in the way that it needs to be done. Because, really, if you're Miss SmackDown and you're just catching up with us before you watch Survivor Series, we're just going to do Keep, Cut, Superstar. So you can do that for each of the segments as we go through. So, I'll play the generic rewind sound effect for the recaps of explaining how the Bloodline got their 5 members and how Jade is out, Bailey's in. So we have the women's War Game face-off required the night before the PLE. The Faces team is out. Greg, what do you want to do with this?
Superstar.
Oh. So the faces come out and say how they want to kill the heels. The heels come out and say that there's issues with each of those teams and that the stuff that the heels have done is not nearly as bad as what the face team has done to each other. There's more barbs got back and forth, and then a brawl breaks out and security has to break it up.
Right.
So teasing us for tomorrow night.
Yeah, there's a lot on this show that was filler, and this was 100% filler. All you wanted was the brawling that you saw here. So, yeah, really what you need is the end.
Sean Burkhead would disagree. He also wanted more Tiffy time.
He gets a little more Tiffy time in the episode.
Yeah, and I know in honor of Sean, we're not even cutting that. That's not debatable tonight, okay?
That's fair.
So backstage with Nick Aldis, what do you want to do? And the new bloodline.
Cut.
Tommaso is freaking out backstage. What do you want to do with this one?
Cut.
This rebel heart. Kevin Owens and his justifications.
Yeah, that didn't need to be there.
It's like when you said this show was full of filler. Cody versus Carmelo Hayes.
Okay, hold on. You missed the whole Shinsuke Nakamura and Andrade.
Oh, that's right. Sorry. Yes. I skipped over Shinsuke Nakamura and Andrade. They had their match queuing up things for tomorrow night.
Yeah, honestly, I think I'm cutting this entirely.
Wow, Greg, you're not keeping anything.
Yeah.
Here's the reason. Shinsuke Nakamura, 10 minutes and 32 seconds to defeat Andrade. If you want Shinsuke to be this monster heel against LA Knight, it shouldn't take him 10 and a half minutes to beat Andrade.
In a competitive match.
Yeah, this should have beat him like a government mule, and this should have been bowling shoe ugly. Like, this is bad.
So when I originally saw the graphic, I thought he was going to end up not beating Andrade. I thought he was going to he was fighting the other Latin American superstar.
One of the other Latin American?
Yeah,
Humberto
or one of those guys.
Or, yeah, LDF, yeah.
Yeah, I just thought he was... Meanwhile, if you're a Latin American WWE superstar, you can't win right now on SmackDown.
Facts.
All right, so that was the match. I already did that one. Do you want to talk about Tommaso Ciampa freaking out?
No.
Oh wait, no, you already cut that, and you already and you cut Kevin Owens. So that takes us all the way to your favorite match of the night: Cody Rhodes and Carmelo Hayes in a rematch from April, where Carmelo Hayes came up short.
Yeah, just as he usually does, he'll continue to come up short.
Bump. That was because the joke was a little bit short of our measuring stick. But yeah, he's cut. We don't need this either. Greg, this is the show of, oh my gosh, why did we watch this? Oh wait, I know why. Roman Reigns versus Roman Reigns sit down with CM Punk and the wise man, Paul Heyman.
Yeah, this is the best thing on the show tonight. I'm sorry. Hands down.
As the bloodline turns, and CM Punk he was late, first of all. Roman got annoyed, and then he said, "You're here. I don't like your attitude." "I don't care," Punk replies. "I am here for him. I am here for Paul. We don't need your help." "Yes, we do, my tribal chief," interrupts Paul Heyman, "and you need his help. And Punk, if you don't take Roman's help and help him deal with this, Solo will be after you next." Paul says, "Divided we fall, but united we might just survive." So they don't have to get along. And at the end of this, the cliffhanger is that CM Punk is going to get a favor from their wise man. Greg, this is the only useful thing on this show, so let's speculate. What favor?
This is, I 100% believe, obviously I was not here last week, but as I watched SmackDown today in preparation for tonight, because I had not seen the episode, I had heard your review, and I had heard other people, say about how best episode of SmackDown of the year. As I watch the last segment of SmackDown and I see Mr. Paulie coming out in a black suit jacket, a red t-shirt underneath with a red kerchief in his pocket, he is 100% on Team Solo. This is 100% going to be CM Punk double crossing the original bloodline tomorrow night in Survivor Series. and may very well get The Rock coming out for a save at the end of it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So but what's the favor?
I don't know if the favor is probably that he's taking out Roman Reigns.
Yeah, or maybe the favor is that he's going to become Punk's wise man again.
Yeah.
And Punk's...
Yeah, I do not see this ending well.
Yeah, there's got to be a twist tomorrow.
There's 100% going to be a twist tomorrow, and it's going to be Paul Heyman.
Piper Niven versus Michin versus Lash Legend, who's replacing Jade, who is legitimately injured and out of the War Games and out of this tournament. Greg, what do you want to do with this match?
I'm going to send this one to a digital exclusive.
It's Tiffy time!
Because that's what's up next. Because
Did we miss a match?
No, we did not miss a match. This is Greg. There's nothing on here. We talked about Cody. This match ended with Michin moving on after some incredible power spots by Lash Legend and Piper. Like, the match is a good match. It's inconsequential because of the fact that, yeah, this should have been, you know when this would have been great? This would have been a great match tomorrow night on the pre-show. Yeah.
No, for sure. Especially if none of these are in that match. So no, this is the problem with this, is that having watched SmackDown today from last week, which was also in Salt Lake City because they double taped, seeing the Chelsea Green stuff, I was thinking Chelsea Green started the show tonight too. So that's where I was confused. It's like, wait, are we missing one? But that was last week.
No, Chelsea Green was on this show, though. She came out and got beat up by BFAB and got chased out of this.
Yeah.
But Chelsea Green reminds me of why I think that our next shirt on the shop, Greg, should be I Heart Canadian Beaver.
Interesting.
So the letter I, a heart,
mm-hmm.
and then a Canadian flag, and then a beaver.
Beaver?
Yeah, because I do heart Canadian beavers.
That's, I tell you.
Greg's like, your brain is broken. This is why we record in the morning while the medication is kicked in, but not before it's worn off.
That's
so,
right. But not tonight.
But yeah, but most importantly,
it's Tiffy time.
How do you think Tiffy did with this? I think this is one of the most newsworthy things. She clearly was kind of a face spokesperson. I found her a little dry, Greg. Do you think she did okay?
Yes, so my darling wife was here, sat with me at that point, and I said, you don't like her. And I was like, why? Did she ask, why don't I like her? And I was like, she's the one you said, looks like she belongs in the plastics. And that's when she remembered that she didn't like Tiffy. But yeah, Tiffy surprisingly was overdressed for the segments.
She was wearing far too much clothes. She wasn't even tramping. My wife was impressed with how much clothes she was wearing.
That's what I'm saying.
All right, LA Knight is in the back talking to Byron Saxton. What do you want to do with this?
Oh, you better believe we're cutting this.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was
what I'm looking forward to tomorrow is not having LA Knight holding that US belt and seeing him on TV every week.
Yeah, I think it's time for Shinsuke to get, clock's ticking. Shinsuke doesn't have a lot of time left, so take advantage. Main event, Jey Uso versus Solo Sikoa.
You mean versus Jacob Fatu?
Yeah, sorry, Jacob Fatu, yes.
Yeah, we can keep this, but I think we can superstar this, let's be honest.
Acknowledge me.
So Jacob is dominating most of this match. There's a hope spot with a big splash where it only gets to Jay cannot finish off Jacob. So he tries to do something on the table outside. Instead, Simone drops him on the table, takes him back in for an implant DDT and his incredibly moonsault. And the heels have the advantage the way Survivor Series and War Games always has to go. Because if the heels don't have the advantage, Greg, it's a weird match, and we're going to see how the women handle that dynamic.
I was going to say, which is exactly what we're getting on the other side.
Right. So that's your SmackDown review for this. Overall, this was the most skippable SmackDown we've had in a long time.
Funny, that's not what you were saying last week.
Yeah, last week's SmackDown was amazing. This week's SmackDown, the only reason to watch is I almost texted you in the middle of this week and said, let's just go over the results. But I knew that Paul Heyman segment and CM Punk segment there was no hint of how that was recorded.
Yeah, that's the only thing worth watching. And you're going to see it tomorrow on the PLE pre-show anyway.
About 6 times.
Yeah.
So Greg, let's open up the Wikipedia and let's go through the 5 matches for tomorrow. With the special start time.
Yeah, didn't they tell you this about 50 million times tonight?
I'm not going to lie. I mean, I don't think we're doing a post show, but we could definitely be doing a post show and be in bed by 10 at the rate this is going.
Yeah, I'm not mad about that one for sure.
No, this is great. You finish supper, watch a PLE. So let's go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. According to Wikipedia, match number 5. Which, by the way, is not going to be... The first match is definitely going to be the Women's War Games match. But we'll go through the 100%. Order. LA Knight versus Shinsuke Nakamura. You've already hinted to your pick, Greg. And it is...
Shinsuke Nakamura's going to... This should be what I said tonight should have been. This should be a quick 3-minute match with Shinsuke Nakamura completely dominating LA Knight.
You know what's a great way to protect LA Knight? He blasts him with the mist before things start. And LA Knight, like a dumb babyface, washes his eyes out and says, I know this match is going to continue. And he just gets blasted with a Kinshasa and it's over.
Yeah.
That's it. Done. And we don't disagree. So moving on. Braun Breaker versus Sheamus versus Ludwig Kaiser in the everybody's going to be battered and bruised by the end of this is over.
Yeah, I honestly don't care about this match in the least bit.
But can you give me a pick?
Breaker to retain.
I want to agree with you, but I'm going to take Ludwig Kaiser because I think Kaiser needs something right now. I think and Breaker's going somewhere.
Kaiser's got something right now.
Yeah, he's ripped out Sean Burkhead's heart and fed it to him.
Yeah.
There's a great video appearing on social media where Tiffy's doing like dancing and Kaiser's just standing there and he turns around and gives her a smooch and it's like, ouch.
Yeah.
Right there in the Burkheads.
Yeah, that's about right.
Okay, the women's war game match. Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Naomi, Io Sky, Bayley versus the Judgment Day. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, and Candice LeRae.
Yeah, this one is going to be the base team winning, I think.
Yes, and which is why it's going to be first. Because there's going to be a lot of heel wins on this card. I mean, whether it's Braun or Ludwig, if we're both right, that's a heel win. Shinsuke's winning, that's a heel win. And in our next match, oh boy, speaking of faces losing, Gunther versus Damian Priest.
100%.
The return of El Champion?
No, the return of Gunther. I hope. The return of like scary Gunther instead of crybaby Gunther.
Crybaby Gunther is not over with anybody. No, and at the end of this, if Damian Priest can't beat him after all this, then who looks worse?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm worried about Priest after this. I don't know where he goes from here.
Fair enough.
So that leads us to our main event, which definitely is the main event. Roman Reigns and the Usos, Jimmy and Jay, Sami Zayn, and CM Punk with the wise man, Paul Heyman, versus the new bloodline, Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, and Bronson Reed. So let's have some fun with this prediction.
All right.
Is Bronson Reed flying off the top of the cage, or is Jacob Fatu flying off the top of the cage, or are both of them flying off the top of the cage?
I think Fatu will. Bronson Reed, I'm fearful that it's going to be like the Brock Big Show spot where the ring implodes.
But for real this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a bad feeling he's going through a table or something. Something ridiculous is happening to him. Okay, Jimmy and Jay, what are they jumping off of?
I don't know.
Are they going to the top of the cage or any of the other faces?
This is the one that confuses me, right? Because this is the one that's just a cage, but if you escape the cage, your team gets disqualified or something, right? It's not like Hell in a Cell. It's not like Elimination Chamber where it's fully enclosed.
There's no lid, and the way it works is you fight until the match doesn't start until the match beyond. So once all 10 wrestlers are in the ring, the bell rings, and then the actual match starts. So the reason why it makes sense for heels is that the heels always have the advantage. When the baby faces are 2-on-1, I have no idea what that's going to look like.
The only thing that works for that one is that the baby faces have so much history, right? You have Io Sky and Bailey, and you can tease shit there. You have Bianca Belair and Bailey, so you could tease shit there, right? Like there's some stuff they could do.
Or there's some weirdness that happens where like the heel sabotage the cage and the advantage doesn't actually work.
Yeah.
Shenanigans. But okay, so we got that. What weapons are we going to see in this match?
All of them.
Yeah, okay, Greg, let's list them. Just I can see a YouTube clip in my head. Like, what weapons are going to appear in the War Games match tomorrow night?
Do you know what's not going to appear? That stupid nail board thing we saw at Blood Guts in Boston.
Oh, yeah, nobody needs that. But you know what is going to appear? Kendo sticks.
Yep.
Check. Ladders. Check.
Garbage can.
Check.
Yep.
Table. Check.
Chairs.
Check. Tax.
Probably.
Check. Are we going to get a fire extinguisher?
No. I'm going to say that's a bridge too far.
Are we going to get, I'm trying to think, we're going to get some other item that would be is going to be slightly racially insensitive because it's traditionally from the Isle of Samoa.
See, I was thinking potentially handcuffs.
Ooh, okay, handcuffs, check. Yeah, and the other thing, I wonder if Sammy will have something interesting because it's in Canada.
Maybe.
Like a hockey puck or a hockey stick. Beaver tail would be amazing. That's because Sammy loves Sammy Hart's Canadian Beaver.
That's what I'm saying.
Everybody likes Canadian Beaver. All right. At the end, your prediction is for this match.
Oh, it's the new bloodline winning, and with the CM Punk Paul Heyman turn, I think is where I'm even going to put an asterisk on.
I think this has to be them winning, but I don't think Punk's turning. I think they're going to have some dysfunction, and The Rock's going to cause is going to appear and join in and make it 6-on-5.
Think so? You think? I do believe The Rock is going to get in this one as well at some point.
The only question is The Rock coming out and helping Solo, or is he coming out and helping Roman?
I think The Rock is coming to help himself.
Well, he's got to get over. I mean, listen, he's got nothing else to do right now. Red 1. He's also doing Mulana. Mulana 2's out right now.
Yeah, Mulana, which apparently is terrible.
Oh, well. I mean, Disney can't make new original ideas. They can't make old ideas good. So, make some Star Wars? Here's a better idea. You know what was actually good? X-Men 97. Make more than 10 episodes. Make like old school cartoon 20 episodes and make them not have to wait 3 years for every season.
Fair enough.
Okay, so that's it, Greg. So this was brought to you by our main show, which is on TSN Radio on Wednesday nights. You can listen to Donnie and Jimmy talking about the wrestling week that was. They do huge pop on TSN Radio. And if you happen to subscribe on the feed that you found this podcast on, unless you found it on our SmackDaddies feed, you can get a really long main episode this week. There's a great interview up there with WWE legend Victoria. And
Yeah.
it is a long and very well done interview. You could tell that. I mean, that's the thing I love about their combination. I love the fact that everybody knows Jimmy and loves Jimmy, and that Donnie asks some great questions. So together we get a really, really incredible interview. Next up after us in sequence is story time with Jimmy. You get the Raw Dogs. Our man Steve Swift is back on the network. And yeah, we'll be back here talking about the fallout of War Games next Friday.
Yeah, it still makes me sad. Still no William Regal here to say War Games.
We would have had to watch Blood Games to see William Regal, or Bloodsport. He was on Bloodsport this past week when they had their the show that everybody's on.
Yeah,
GCW Bloodsport. There is, Greg, I know you're not a big indie guy, but so on that show, AEW wrestlers, TNA wrestlers, the NXT wrestlers, and the regular GCW crew. Like how did that happen?
I don't know, but no one wants to listen to us now.
Okay, so everyone, thank you for joining us, and we'll be back next week for the Fallout of War Games. We the ones.
The revolutionary podcast in sports entertainment. Bob and Greg and Brad, the dad bless you all the lovely tales. But Friday night, SmackDown and beyond. Go to the outer limits of your mind with the SmackDaddies. Revolutionary podcast in sports entertainment. The Father Greg and Brad, the dad bless you all. The lovely tales, Friday night SmackDown and beyond. Go to the outer limits of your mind with the SmackDaddies. Revolutionary podcast in sports entertainment. Father Greg and Brad, the dad bless